Justice. I'm glad you caught that.
Oh, yeah.
Testing 1, 2. Now we're live. Okay. Hey, happy Columbus Day. Happy Monday to the Cellercise family. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for all the support you give and for the patience you've had as we get all of our Cellercisers shipped out and caught up. I want to thank you for that. So tonight, basically, is your night. I want you to ask me questions on what you want to accomplish in your own physical health and fitness, and just kind of write those in. Justice is behind the scenes here. He'll read those questions off to me. I'm going to read some customer reviews. I'm going to do something a little different today, too. I'm going to actually have you listen to one of the calls that came in today, because she told me after, or partway into.
They're saying no audio, but
Really? Okay. Testing 1, 2, 3. I wonder if the mics. Is it working now? Okay, testing 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me?
I hear you.
You hear me?
But they're saying no audio.
Really? So they're saying no audio, but ours is saying audio?
I don't know.
Can we get a thumbs up if you can hear and a
Okay.
we got
Okay, we're good.
we're good? All right. Thank you. I don't know if we can turn it up on the phone. If that turns up the audio on this, you can try that, Justice, turning it up. But thank you. So what we're going to do, I've got a customer review that came in today, and it's a good lead-in to what I want to talk about, which I don't think is really understood well within the rebounding mini trampoline industry. So we're going to talk about, well, why is the Cellerciser so effective in helping to really tighten and tone and build and strengthen muscles? And other units, often that's not really the case. And I want you to hear it from her, and then I'm going to comment a little bit on it. So we'll start tonight by sharing some customer reviews. If you have questions, please share some of the questions with us. If there's something specific that you want to accomplish in your physical fitness, share it, and we can go over. So tonight's for you. All right, so we'll start off. Nancy writes, I purchased my Cellerciser in February of 2024 and have used it regularly since. I will be 78 in November 2024. My husband has Parkinson's disease and is now in a nursing home. I still work full-time to pay for his care there. So as you can imagine, I'm pretty busy. I love being able to use my Cellerciser a couple times during the day for short times when stress becomes too much at work. I can relate to that. I also really find so much benefit from being able to use it after work. I no longer have time to go to the Y or go on substantial walks. So Cellercising for a few minutes here and there really helps me a lot, and she capitalizes that. I believe my balance is better, getting out of the car is easier, getting up from the chairs is effortless, getting up from the floor when I do stretches is pretty easy as well. I love getting the trophies and seeing my progress. I cannot say enough good things about the Cellerciser. Thank you very much. And thank you, Nancy, for sharing that. We had somebody who wrote us earlier regarding the little awards that pop up on your Mr. Rebounder app when you actually finish a routine. And some people were saying that we need to check into that to make sure it's working correctly. I forwarded that to my technical team, just so you know. So we'll cover that. If some of you are having issues with it, hopefully we'll have that remedied. And if you're not, it should be continue to work great. Yes, Justice.
Sunshine says interested in how to prepare for sleep routine. Sleep routine works, not energize for them.
Oh, how to what?
Prepare for them, not energize for them.
Right. Okay, you don't want to speed up the metabolism. You want to slow the metabolism down if you want to sleep better at night and open up the circulation so the body can relax. On the Mr. Rebounder app, we actually have a routine specific that you can do. It just takes a few minutes that prepares your body to be able to relax so you can go to sleep. But I'd like to comment on that a little bit. And I think I shared the story. Jessica, did I share the story about the lady who came running up and threw her arms around me? Yeah, I did. Okay. All right. So we start off by putting and I want you to hear the Cellerciser because we still get all these people talking about how squeaky it is. It doesn't have to be. My unit's no different than anybody else's. You just have to put a couple drops of oil at both ends of the spring, and I teach that on our website under our care and maintenance section. I haven't oiled this in months, but you can hear it. Okay, so we start off with gentle baby bounce, put our fingertips straight down until we can feel the pressure at the tips of the finger. And then once we do, we just relax our fingers, gently move up and down, just as if you had a baby over your shoulder and you're helping the baby relax, and it works the same way. So we do this for 1 to 2 minutes. If you want to, you can just gently bounce if you've got a little stress or tension in the back, just gently, but like a little rag doll. And you just end up with this gentle movement up and down, and then just don't fall off, but just go directly to bed. And it helps to release the stress and tension in the body, open up that circulation. Cynthia writes, I recently purchased a Cellercise rebounder after my mom got one and raved about it. We both absolutely love it. Within just a few weeks of using it, we noticed significant improvements. The quality is excellent, and it's such a fun way to stay active. Dave Hall's customer service is exceptional. He's incredibly personable, knowledgeable, and easy to work with. Highly recommend the Cellercise rebounder for anyone looking to elevate their fitness routine. Thank you, Cynthia. Laureen writes, I've had a bad back injury for about 9 years. It hurts daily, but it blows my mind that I wake up with back pain, go on my Cellerciser, and within minutes, the pain is gone. Game changer. Kathy writes, I owned a Cellerciser for years. I used it off and on. In early 2023, I was broadsided in a car accident that totaled my car, and I suffered from 2 herniated discs in my lower spine. I saw several doctors, including a neurologist, and the only thing they offered were spinal injections. The risk of permanent injury from the injections versus a minimal chance of pain relief was not worth it to me. Since I knew the Cellerciser strengthened all of the cells in the body, I took a chance on it being able to strengthen my lower back. I started off slowly, and within a few weeks, my lower back pain disappeared, and it has not come back. Thank you. I'm now on the Cellerciser twice a day for 10 minutes each session. And not only has my lower back pain disappeared, my posture is no longer hunched over due to the pain and lack of flexibility. I am now a full believer in the strengthening and rejuvenating effects of the Cellerciser. It is a daily part of my life, and I will never stop Cellercising. P.S. Dave Hall will answer any question you have and has created a fabulous rebounder. It never wears out. Kathy, thank you. This is the reason we're all doing this. Yes, Justice.
Elizabeth says, do you have any information on rebounding and Parkinson's?
I know we've got a neighbor who's got Parkinson's. We have many customers who have Parkinson's, and it offers him an enormous amount of relief. He does it every single day. We don't have a lot of additional information beyond that, but I know he uses it daily. He talks to me weekly. I see him at church, and he's very grateful, and I'm very grateful for him too. We don't have all the answers. We let people know, hey, try it, see how it works for you, experience it, and then if it does well, share those experiences with others. But thank you. Good question.
And then Lisa says, hi Dave, can you please talk about nose breathing versus mouth breathing to keep heart rate from getting too high and spiking cortisol levels?
Of course, okay, well this isn't a meditation, this is an exercise. And when I do the breathing, I breathe through the mouth. And I'm doing that because I want to work the lungs. And so if you're comparing it, I mean, you can do the nose breathing and jog and things like that if you want. If you're talking about strengthening the lungs, what I call power breathing, that's done, in fact, you'll hear I've been on the phone all day today, so my voice is a little loud. Oh, I hear the tension in it. But this movement here will open up the bronchial tubes and the lungs, strengthening them. And if you like to, you've heard me do it before, if you like to sing or speak, and your voice is important to you, well, this helps open up the vocal quality as well, which I should have done before I started tonight. But it goes like this. You just stand there. You're going to breathe in through your mouth, fill up the lungs, and then breathe out through your mouth as you come down. And it sounds just like this. Oh, I gotta tell you, that feels good. But it does. It opens up the bronchial tubes. It opens up the lungs. You've got to experience it for yourself. And it, I don't know. We don't know. We don't have all the answers, but we do know it works. And that feels good. When you first start to do it, you may sound a little wheezy in the bronchial tubes and the lungs because it's an exercise without having to go out and do a lot of long distance running or swimming. And it's opening up the bronchial tubes and the lungs. And you may be clearing things out of those lungs, bronchial tubes, within a few minutes after you've done it. Great exercise. We've had numerous people that have asthma that have used it very effectively. If you have a medical condition, I have to say consult with your doctor, health practitioner first. But these are some of the techniques that I teach for that. Yes, Jessis.
Lisa says also, it'd be great if Dave could do a demo of all the moves that we can do seated using the bar lowered. Arm strengthening and back strengthening in addition to abs.
Yeah, okay. That's a big, tall order. All right, so using the balance bar in the lower position in arm movements. I don't do that. I mean, you can. Mine are more just standing there and doing the arm curls. This is what I've done to build up my arms. They're not huge, but they're strong. I do the curls 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, or 3, or you can count to 4 if you want. But it's just up and down, and then I'll do 20, 30 of those, and then do the same thing on the other side, up and down, and then I do the chest and the pull-outs, and out shoulders, arms, deltoids. You know, we've got the arms out here. We do the movements in different positions. It's all upper body strength, but you can do the sit and bounce for the stomach if you want, or you can do the kick-outs. I prefer to do the kick-outs because it leaves a flatter stomach, but they both work. The balance bar, if you want to do the sit and bounce, yes, it's adjustable to 3 heights, so you can sit down, whether it's the wider bar or the narrow bar, and you can hold up above and bounce if you want, or off to the side. But again, my routine for the last 30 plus years have been all bouncing up and down and doing the various resistance movements. Okay, Tom writes, using the Cellerciser consistently, regularly 5 to 6 days a week, persistently despite difficulties or obstacles, and confidently with Dave's experience, knowledge, and direction, our bodies will naturally shed unwanted and needed pounds, release toxins, tone and build muscle, and produce increased energy, and does so in just 10 to 20 minutes a day. You can't find a better, more effective, and efficient form of exercise anywhere, nor can you find a supplement that invigorates and revitalizes the body the way rebounding does naturally via the Cellerciser. Your idea of fun is the body's way to vigor. Have fun and get fit. And that's Tom. Tom says so supportive, and I thank you, Tom. He's got a little smiley with sunglasses on there. So that was cute. All right. Carlos writes, I wanted to share how much I love my Cellerciser, which I purchased about 3 weeks ago. Dave took my order personally and spent a lot of time explaining the benefits, which I really appreciated. Could you please pass this message along to him? Thank you again, Carlos. Carlos, thank you. Thank you for sharing, and thank you, Dalian, for sharing that with me too. So, Anne writes, ditto. One of the benefits I appreciate is that as I get older, I notice that my balance is great. I'm now 70. People often tell me that I can't be 70 because I'm limber and agile and seem much younger. I'll take it. Thanks. Cellerciser dash my best friend. And you know, that's one of the things I've shared for years, and that's what I want it to be. I want the Cellerciser to become one of your best friends for the rest of your life, the way it has mine and so many others of us. Okay, I want to share one more customer review with you. And then we'll talk a little bit about that, and then I want to continue to answer questions. So if you have questions, please continue to send those in, and Justice will feed those to me. But this is a review that came in today. And again, she said I was all right to share it. So it starts off real fast because I wasn't recording this, and then all of a sudden she said it's okay, and so I hit the button, and it was perfect. I mean, just really, really nice.
And my daughter likes the Belgian fun, jumping, but I even got the strongest bands too. I got the ultra strongest ones that they have.
Yeah.
And it's been good. I just don't feel that toning that I'm getting from the Cellerciser, and even just doing like 5 to 10 minutes a day, I'm noticing just drastic improvements. And I do want to ask you, so if I only had, because sometimes I don't have, I got to rush out the door, and I try to do it morning and night.
Okay.
If I could just do a few minutes, what would be some of the most essential moves to do, like let's say in a 3 to 5 minutes?
Always a baby bounce. That's the first one. The baby bounce helps stimulate and warm up the tissue, activate the lymph system, promote circulation, break up blockages. It just gets thyroid, adrenals, and everything moving. And then from there, the hip rock. But when you do the hip rock, when you rock left to right, drop your right shoulder as you rock to the right, and then when you rock to the left, drop your left shoulder and lift your right shoulder. So you have this pumping action. That's really opening up the vertebral joints in the back. It's helping to loosen up the muscles. It's really pumping the lymphatic system. It's great for the colon. And then from there, the second most important, the twist. Just do the twist. You get that twist going. Liver, kidney, spleen, gallbladder, pancreas, adrenals, lower back, and then colon and the intestines too. I mean, that's the second most important physical activity I teach people we can do every day. And that's it. And do your power breathing, and man, you are ready.
Good. I love it. Now, my feet really don't even have to come much off the mat, do they?
No, they don't.
Exactly. I know, it's amazing how I'm not even really coming much off the mat, but I'm really just feeling it so much more. Oh, and then even 1 minute of jumping in the morning, like when I get up, I feel my whole sinus is draining. It's just within 1 minute, I feel it. Everything is draining. Right. I love it.
It's breaking up the blockages. It's opening up that circulation. It has enough resistance. That's what the Cellercise does. It has enough resistance to cause that. To back flush the valves, open up that circulation, and that's good.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. And it's great that I get to talk to you and you answer all my questions. Amazing. So I love all your videos. I watch your live. I love it.
Oh, you're part of the family. You call anytime. Anytime I can support. And if it's okay, I would love to share some of what you said.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That'd be great. Sure. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you share everything, and I just, like, even just comparing the two. And another thing is, stepping on and off it is so much easier than my Bellicon. It's just because it is lower to the ground, and I can step on and off easier with the Bellicon. It's a lot higher. I love it.
You bet. Well, you've got the tridaptable spring, so even when you jump higher, it graduates through the different tapered sections of that spring to slow you down. So you don't need to be as high off the ground. It'll still slow you down without stopping abruptly and without bottoming out. So that's great.
And that's what's so amazing is the fact that I don't feel like even 5 minutes, I really feel everything moving and working. And so I love that. I love it. It's amazing. So
you're amazing. I appreciate so much your calling and sharing. That really makes a difference. It's wonderful. And, you'll have an influence in the lives of other people too. So thanks.
Well, thank you. Thanks for helping me too. Thank you so much for all you do.
Anytime. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. You have a beautiful day. Thanks.
Okay, so I wanted to read that, or have you listen to that, because here was somebody who wasn't getting the same kind of results and she'd been telling me early on as far as muscle toning, and she'd gotten the Cellerciser and she'd only been on it 3 weeks, and she's noticing she's getting the definition. She's seeing the muscles starting to show up. And that's one of the things I wanted to talk about briefly tonight, is the difference between just moving up and down, which is fun. It is fun. That's great. And moving up and down to create stronger, more toned muscles, bones, skin, collagen. You have to have the resistance. And Cellercise has resistance. The resistance is what puts the weight or pressure against the cell membrane, causing the cell to fortify its membrane with more protein. If all you're doing is moving up and down and it's too soft, there's not enough resistance, the cells aren't going to fortify their membrane, and you can end up having more compaction, and that can cause more joint problems and have the body feel achy. So we have to have the resistance and then the release. The resistance and the release causes suction in the lymphatic system. The suction pulls that circulation back between the bones, joints, and tissue spaces. Yes, Justice?
Anna says, what moves can I do to release tight lower stomach muscles inside and the side of the rib area? Thank you.
To loosen those muscles in the stomach and the side of the ribs. And we talked about this not too long ago, where we lift the body up high, and we can start off, holding on to the balance bar makes it easier. Taking the right leg, for example, when you stand tall, and crossing it in front. As you lift the shoulder up, you lengthen and stretch all these muscles all along the psoas muscle, the deep muscles, the stomach muscles in the back. So that's just that gentle movement. We do this, we teach it on the Mr. Rebounder app as well, but holding on to the bar helps with balance. And then that's the precursors, that's the beginning to the ski patrol. Now the twisting is helpful too. Again, you can lift your body tall when you're doing the twist, tighten those muscles. You're actually getting firmer, stronger, and more flexible all at the same time. And then of course the Whi Ski Patrol is what we call it, and that's a little more advanced, but that increases the flexibility. That's why we see dogs, cats lay down on the ground, they just kind of roll around a little bit. Well, it feels good. They're loosening up the back. Yes, Justice.
Sylvia says, Dave, please show us again how you strengthen the calf muscles, also for how long? Thanks.
Oh, the calf muscles?
Yeah.
To strengthen, okay. Well, the calf muscles, they're going to get stronger just through the baby bounce. And as you're doing the baby bounce, it's gonna build up. You won't get big calf muscles, but you'll have there'll be strong toned calf muscles. So that's done simply by lifting the heels up and down. As you're lifting the heels up and down, you're working the calf muscle. Now, a variation of that is my heels are coming up and down right now. But if I want to, I can get to the point where I come down, but I resist my heels hitting the mat. I actually resist that a little bit more. And now you're working the foot as well, the arches, the toes, which has really helped increase circulation and strength to the foot, as well as you're still working on the calf muscles. So those are great movements right there. Yes, Justice.
Vicky says, what moves help to strengthen the midsection?
Thank you for these questions, guys. This is good. To strengthen the midsection or lose weight in the midsection, those are two different things. So the midsection, now keep in mind, just bouncing. If you do the baby bounce and you put your fingers on the muscles, you're going to feel them flexing. The resistance, which we were talking about earlier, is causing every cell membrane to expand, and that causes the cell to fortify its membrane. So automatically, those protein fibers are going to increase to strengthen the cell membrane because of the increased amount of resistance. But beyond that, tightening the body while you're doing it is going to cause more, everything to firm up, and then you're applying more weight to it at the same time. That's great. jogging, but jogging where you lift your knees up. That's working the core right here as you're doing this. If you want to add more to it, then you're jogging, hold on to a bar is easier, but tilt backwards slightly. This is all working the core. Beyond that, we've got additional movements. So you can leverage the weight in the stomach area simply by doing the front kickouts. And that's what I prefer to do. You hold on to a bar and just kick your legs out. As I come down with one leg up, boom, that's a lot of weight. That's not just lifting your foot away from gravity, it's increasing the weight of gravity. And it's leverage right here. The other advantage of that is as you alter the angle of your body a little bit and you apply weight, you become strong in an altered position. And that's going to give you an advantage over most people who don't exercise in altered positions. So you'll be stronger. It'll be harder to be thrown off balance. But those are all working stomach muscles. And then, of course, the graduated sit and bounce movements, such as just sitting down, holding your head, they're graduated. So starting off gently, helping support your back with your hands. Thank you, Justice. And then take it with your hands. The only reason I'm still moving, it's all being done right here with the stomach. When you get stronger, lift up one leg. You just leverage more weight in the abdominals. When the leg is tired, lift up the other leg. When you get strong enough, lift up both legs. Just keep bouncing. This is all being done right there with the stomach muscles, or cheek to cheek, or in and out, or up and down. That's going to be, those are all great movements for the core as well. I prefer, for me, I like doing it this way. And that's how I got my stomach muscles. I developed the other one to help people get better results than they did on a lot of those stomach pieces of equipment people were buying.
Okay.
Yes?
We have a lot of questions. So
Oh, good. All right. Lots of questions. Love it.
okay, this one I'm going to have to go back and forth because it takes me to the bottom whenever I try to read the whole thing.
Okay.
From Lauren, it says, I adore my Cellerciser and it didn't much convince for my 74-year-old mother to order one too. 7 years ago, she was diagnosed with lower institutional cancer that resulted in requiring surgery and a stoma. Thankfully now she's cancer-free. She does suffer from arthritis in her back and
Osteoporosis.
Oh, yeah, it just took me back, sorry. Osteo as well. I was wondering if you could give some direction on how best for her to get started using the Cellerciser. Should it be the basic baby bounce for a number of weeks? I worry about her doing too much too fast. Thanks again. God bless.
Okay, so osteoarthritis, circulation issues in the back and joints. We prime the body with the movement up and down. This is gentle. It's starting to move circulation. The lymphatic system holds a negative pressure, so movement causes suction. With a gentle resistance, it's going to help the bones grow stronger. It helps promote osteoblastic activity, but also you've got the suction. As you come up, it sucks. That lymph system is pulling circulation, priming the body with suction so that now we can do movements. So we can do 2 to 3 minutes, baby bounce, prime the body, get that lymph system moving, circulation moving, opening up capillaries and backflushing valves to help open them up, breaking up blockages, help to reduce inflammation. And then we do movements. So for the back, as I gently rock to the right, I drop the right shoulder, lift the left shoulder. Rock to the left, drop the left shoulder, lift the right shoulder, and you'll feel that movement along the vertebral joints in the back, especially if you have issues in that area. And that gentle movement, second thing we can do is basically a variation of simply the hip rock. We're just adding a little bit more movement for the vertebral joints in the back. And then the twist. Loosen up the back, loosen up the muscles, increase circulation to the disc, which is really important. But go easy. You don't have to leave the mat. It's very gentle. It's very effective. Go ahead, Jess.
Mark says, how long do you have to go on a Cellerciser before you get good balance? Before your good balance becomes permanent?
Before your good balance is what?
Becomes permanent.
Becomes permanent? You'll never will. Balance is a physiological function. It's not something we're born with. It's not something we have and then automatically we're going to keep it. Balance is, it's not quite like riding a bike, although you will learn faster when you challenge your balance more. Same thing with riding a bike. I mean, if you haven't ridden a bike for a long time, you're still not going to feel quite as comfortable for a little while, but you'll adapt very quickly. Cellercise does that too. The moment you move up and down, you start challenging the balance mechanism. The vestibular balance, fluid past the stirrup, smallest bone of our ear, proprioception, nervous system, brain activity, all of these movements that you're doing is stimulating, as Dr. Jeff Hanks has said, up to 90% of brain activity. It's huge. It's huge. So these movements up and down, side to side, that's what improves our balance at any age. It's not age related as much as it is we just have to keep challenging our balance mechanism so we can have good balance. And it's not something we can just say, oh, I've got good balance now, I don't have to do it anymore. It doesn't work that way. So it's something you'll do for the rest of your life. We have people in their 90s and 100s. I've got that lady, she's on our website, she's 95 years of age, running in place and doing different movements on the Cellerciser. Her granddaughter wrote me a letter, sent pictures of her grandmother on it, and 95 years of age, and how it changed her life. She had a lot of great thoughts to share with that, but you can look that one up too. It's probably under the senior section in our customer reviews page on our website. Jesses.
Lauren says, could you demonstrate the Ski Patrol versus the whipped Ski Patrol? Thank you.
Yeah, I think that was one of the questions I have on this. The difference between the Ski Patrol and the Whi Ski Patrol. Okay, so the Ski Patrol is simply side to side, just like this. And this is great. This is working the hips, the thighs, and the knees, which is really important. And very few exercises are working the lateral knee. Now the Whi Ski Patrol is the same thing, but now you just get the shoulders and the back and the vertebral joints moving more, and you'll feel it. It's different than it would be if you were just doing this. So that's the Whi Ski Patrol. And of course, Ski Patrol number 2, a little more intense. Yes?
Okay, let's see. Aaron says, I'm experiencing pain from my hip down the lateral aspect of my right leg and an electrical sensation in my heel. What exercises are recommended?
Okay, that may be a sciatic issue. I'm not going to diagnose it, but it's common to that. A nerve that wraps around the hip area here kind of falls underneath the muscle. When we get pressure on that doesn't feel good. What I'm about to share with you has helped so many people. And thank you for writing in the customer reviews and experiences you've had with it, because that's the empirical evidence that we need to be able to share it with other people, knowing that it can often lead to their relief as well. So again, moving up and down, warm up the tissue, get circulation going, rocking side to side, starts to loosen up the muscles in the hip. Do that for a couple minutes. The twist starts to further loosen up the muscles that wrap all around here. Do that for a couple minutes, and then to target that hip joint area where that nerve wraps around is we keep the hip straight ahead, and now we just twist in the hip socket area. So it's just the hip socket area itself that we're opening up the muscles and ligaments. And that has been the ticket for a great many people. This one here, I think it's we should always do it. All of us should be doing it anyway, whether we have an issue or not. Anything else, Justice?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see. Resh says, any tips on what can help with plantar fasciitis?
Plantar fasciitis.
My
Yeah.
right foot is killing me even to walk.
Yeah. This next year, we are going to have, I think, it looks like we're negotiating to have some of these rubber-soled type slippers, okay, that we're getting, and we want to make available. Dust collect dust or carpet stuff, but this is a beautiful rubberized shoe. I've looked for them for years. It has arch support. It's extremely flexible. You can wear it everywhere. Go hiking with it, running around. I go shopping, stores. My wife wishes sometimes I'd wear normal shoes, but these are they're so comfortable. It's like walking on a cloud. They're called Whitins, W-H-I-T-I-N, and they're on Amazon. You can get them. We're going to have these. We should have these available in the next number of weeks. So, or at least a way that you can get hold of them. So that's because we want to do that. But as you bounce around with these, they offer a little additional support if you are dealing with foot issues. And I prefer to wear socks depending on what movement I'm doing, but these are great. They're really good. And what happens, and please read our customer reviews. We have many people with plantar fasciitis that I've spoken with, and they say, oh, I got on the Cellerciser. I didn't have this before, or it's worse. It feels worse now. And I tell them, if you continue to go gently, you're going to start to increase flexibility in that fasciitis, or fascia again. You're going to start, and as the fascia, as those skin protein fibers become more flexible over time and circulation increases, it just fades away. And we've had it time and time and time again where people say, you know, I called Dave, he said, just keep at it, and sure enough, within a month it was gone. We've had that happen many times with people that nothing else was helping them. We want the foot to be flexible, to have support. And with Cellercise, you are going to challenge the weak areas of the body. And if your foot has lost flexibility, because we wear shoes all the time and they're not as flexible, and then all of a sudden we're not wearing shoes and the foot's allowed to move to support our natural alignment and they're not restricted by a shoe, well, those muscles, bones, ligaments, tendons are going to start to move to support your natural alignment. And it can take a little bit of time for them to get healthier. And that's something we've found out with Cellercise. So, Justice, any?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Cindy says, hi Dave, have you had some good results with someone who has scoliosis?
Scoliosis, yeah. Scoliosis is interesting. There's a number of different approaches, and I love working with doctors and chiropractors. Gravity alone creates stress or tension on the body and back. You're not going to get rid of that. That's just the way it is. We want to release that stress and tension every day. We want to open up the circulation back to the disc. But if we have a condition like scoliosis, where we've got some curvature in the back, a chiropractor is going to work to help realign you over time to make an adjustment. But they're fighting against the ligaments, tendons, and muscles that are used to the curvature of the back. So the muscles have gotten more elongated on one side and shorter on another side, and then they make an adjustment. Well, now these muscles are under a lot more tension, and these muscles are a little looser, but over time, the muscles have a tendency to pull the skeletal system back out of alignment. Our skeletal system can't support itself. It has always been dependent upon the muscles and the ligaments, the fascia, all the supporting fibers throughout the body that helps our alignment. So when a chiropractor that we work with makes an adjustment, or that you work with if they know about it, and I'm happy to talk to they will have the patient, when appropriate, to get on the Cellerciser and gently move up and down, just like this, so that the muscles start flexing around the new alignment. If they're tight, they're going to start to loosen up. If they're loose, they're going to start to tighten up. And so as we're holding our position, and some additional recommendations are lifting your chest high, rolling your shoulders back a little bit, pulling your chin in, and then just holding that alignment, holding that position. Allow the muscles to flex around the new alignment without pulling them out of alignment. And that can expedite that whole healing process. I think Cellercise and chiropractic health go hand in hand. Yes?
Okay.
Justice.
Sarah says, hi Dave, I love my Cellerciser.
Hi, Sarah.
Can you give me an idea of what eating plan foods you stick to? Do you prioritize protein for muscle building and leaning
down? I have watched over my lifetime all these fads kind of come and go, come and go, come and go. I believe in eating healthy. I really do. And we have some people that we have worked with who are really good in that diet arena. For me, it's more of what I avoid. I don't eat a lot of sweets, but hey, I still do. My diet's fairly normal. It's not eating, I don't eat a lot of pizzas anymore or cheeses anymore. I eat salads and chicken almost every day, or chicken. My son and I, we make Greek yogurt, and we take granola and we mix some honey and granola in, and we do that kind of that's our dessert at night. It's good. And I eat a lot of food too. So, what do you say? Oh, yeah. My son said, okay, you're not normal. You got to say you don't eat any chocolate. Yeah, that's true. Mental fitness is so important. Mental fitness is part of physical fitness. And I want you to feel good. I want you to wake up and have vitality. And when you're draining and you're having a hard time getting going, I want you to get on that Cellerciser and move up and down. That's a wake-up call, and see how you feel. It's hard to feel down when you're bouncing up and down. I mean, you just feel better. Look, ask any child or a kid when they're bouncing up and down, they feel better. But there's mental fitness too, and we're going to go over that probably next time a little bit more, because we start off with baby steps physically. That's great, but there's a mental component too. We've talked a little bit about it, but we need to understand that that's also baby steps. We start off easy, and then we get stronger and stronger mentally. I decided when I was 20 years old, I'd eaten more chocolate than most people probably would in a lifetime. I was a chocoholic. I ate the Reese's peanut butter cups and the Butterfingers and Butterfinger chips, and I'd freeze them and I'd come home and eat a bunch. And I got so tired of doing it because I felt like it was possessing me more than me controlling it. And I said one day, that's it. I'm not going to eat any more chocolate. And I started to tell myself all the reasons why I didn't like chocolate. I didn't like the look of it. It reminds me of something, or the smell of it. Oh, I'd hold my breath when I walked by C's Candy Place. And over time, ideas affect the way we think. The way we think affects the way we act. And the way we act determines to a large degree our results. The last piece of chocolate I had was 48 years ago. I haven't had any chocolate since. So, but it's more of, if you want to lose weight, don't, and I'm guilty of this a lot, but don't eat a big meal after 5 o'clock. Eat your biggest meals earlier in the day where you can burn off the fuel, because you can only burn it or store it. And if you're not active and you've eaten a big meal, guess what the body's going to do? It's going to store it. So learn to eat a little lighter at nighttime. Not all the time, I get it, but most of the time, and see how that affects weight and weight loss. Beyond that, I just want to make sure that every day my body has a chance to absorb as many good, healthy nutrients as possible. That's all. The Cellerciser will slough off and get rid of what it doesn't need, as long as I can make sure I have what it does need. And then I think the body's going to be in better shape. That may go against the grain of what is politically correct or what a lot of people are teaching and expounding out there. That's okay. That's what I do, and it's worked well for me. So it's more of just eat healthy foods and as much as you can, and then the rest of it, I mean, enjoy life. Enjoy it. It's good. And if you have to Cellercise a little bit more because you enjoyed too many pies or something, Cellercise a little bit more. Let the body burn it off and get rid of it. Go ahead.
Vicky says, moves to lose weight in stomach section in the mid. Women call it muffin top.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. That, the midsection, losing the weight. It's going to be the high intensity interval training type programs that burn off lots of fuel, and that tightens and tones. Now, Cellercise helps to tighten and tone, but the Jamba run, I mean, that's intense because it uses the biggest muscles. The biggest muscles have the greatest demand for fuel. So repetitions of the Jamba run until, you know, you're feeling the burn, and then you'll stop when you're done and then do the baby bounce. Allow the calf muscles to feed more fuel back to the thighs, and when you're ready and you do it again. If you've got the Mr. Rebounder app, you can do it watching a show on television, because we have the Fat Eradicator 1, we've got Fat Eradicator 2, we've got Weight Loss 1, Weight Loss 2, and other weight loss programs on the app. And you can watch a show and enjoy the show with the app going, and the app will ding in between each movement. So you're watching the show, ding, see the next movement, watch the show, and ding, next movement, watch the show. The time flies by, you're enjoying the app. We had a gentleman, I don't know if I mentioned this, called me up a few weeks ago when we were working on our new platform for the app. And he was distraught. He said, David, I've got to have my ding. And I don't know if I shared this recently or not. I shared it with a lot of people on the phone. He said, I've got to have my ding. And I didn't know what he was talking about initially. He said, you've got to have his ding. What is he talking about? What is he talking about? And he's talking a little bit more. And I said, oh, are you talking about the ding between the movements and the Mr. Rebounder half? Yeah, I've got to have it. I've got to have my ding. I can't do my, and he's serious. I can't do my go forward in the day without having my ding. And I loved it. I thought, we're going to have to use that. Have you had your ding today? Because the Cellerciser dings in between each movement. So you're doing the movement, ding, next movement, ding, next movement. The time just flies by. And it's, you're enjoying the program. So I tell people, let's make a date every night to become a Cellercise potato for a while instead of a couch potato, and see what effect that has on your body. It gets to the point where you want to do it as a habit because you're watching a show, you want to see what's going to happen next on the show, and you just automatically step on the Cellerciser, you get the app ready to go, and you watch the show. So, any others, Justice?
I have one more.
One more.
Aaron, let's see, where did it go? Sarah says, can jumping make you experience vertigo at all?
Yeah. Can jumping cause or make you experience vertigo? Absolutely. You're going to be moving fluid up and down past that stirrup, and it can make you a little dizzy. So, can it also help get rid of it? Absolutely. It has. My wife had it, and when she Cellercised, she was great. She was great. She still wouldn't go on some of those spinning roller coaster ride things, but she, night and day difference. And most people, within 30 days, they notice the difference. So we start off gentle, and if you're not sure yourself, sit down on the Cellerciser, hold on to balance bar and just kind of bounce yourself up and down. If you get dizzy, at least you're not going anywhere. But initially, you'll get to the point where you can stand up, hold on to the bar, and gently bounce up and down. As we move the fluid up and down, we can help crystals in the ear to redistribute themselves properly. We can move that fluid, that circulation. We can challenge our proprioception, our brain activity, nervous, everything. But that movement of that fluid can help open up that circulation. And we've seen most people within 30 days have great results from Cellercising. Anything else, Justice?
Nope.
Hey, I want to thank everybody. We're going to save some of those reviews for next time or questions. I want to thank you for participating tonight, though, for asking some great questions. I think there's a lot of good material in tonight's program. If you want to share it with others, please share it. You make a difference. Every one of you do. And you've affected, I've had people who, we even had some today whose mothers or daughters or sons or, fathers have shared this with other people. And the results have been wonderful. So if you know anybody that has knee problems, hip problems, back problems, shoulder problems, digestion, elimination problems, stress problems, sleeping disorders, digestion, elimination disorders, breathing disorders, have them try Cellercise and experience it for themselves. I want to thank all of you. Thank you for making a difference. Thank you for being a difference. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your support, for all the great things that you inspire and share with us. I appreciate it. I've been doing this now for over 30 years. It's great to see the industry come alive. And if you have questions, if I can help answer them, I'm happy to do so. We have many of you I know who do not have a Cellerciser, who are part of our Cellercise family because we've adopted you. Don't hesitate to call if you have any questions, if I can be of any help. Please let me know. Be safe, be careful on other units, but enjoy. And I look forward to, we're going to get together probably in 3 weeks. We have a holiday coming up, so it's going to be a few weeks. And in that time, share with each other, share some of your reviews with us. You can go directly on our website now, and under the customer review section is a little box. You can upload a testimonial video if you like, or you can type right there on our website and share your experiences of Cellercise too. Thank you so much. It's a great honor and a privilege to be able to be part of this Cellercise family. So be well. Remember, you don't have to work out when you can play in and enjoy. And we'll see you in a few weeks. Thanks.